This is the first Dodge Viper.
This is the latest Dodge Viper.
And this is every Viper in between. Throughout the 90s and 2000s, the Viper was America's supercar.
And then they canceled it.
Why did a seemingly incredible car fail? Why are so many people obsessed with it? And which one's the best?
Well, today we're gonna drive each of them to find out.
Oh man, oh the hell, Terry! Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Welcome to Donut.
The Viper brand as a whole has a reputation for being extremely unforgiving, putting you at risk of spinning out at every turn. And for no generation is that notoriety stronger than with the first generation.
The one that started it all, Nolan. Now back in the day, this thing was pretty wild. It made 400 horsepower, went 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, and only cost you 50,000 bucks.
Right now we're standing next to one of our all-time dream cars right here. Let's just drive it, Jerry.
Ugh. All right, pretty snug.
Very Spartan interior,
Yeah.
very 90s Dodge in here.
From the radio to the climate control to the gauges, these vents are pretty wild.
Yeah.
There you go, a V10 cranking up. And we're off, baby.
We're off, dude. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this, dude. I can't believe we're doing this, Jerry.
Dude, this is like a dream come true. If there's ever a Florida car, it's this. Yeah.
Let's talk about why this car exists at all. In the late 80s, Dodge mostly built economy cars, and they weren't very good. Dodge's reputation was in the gutter. They needed a cool car.
It came about primarily because Dodge was developing a V10 engine for their trucks. And a couple people at Chrysler got together and said, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we built a sports car that had a V10 in it?
Yeah.
The accepted narrative is that the Viper lacks any creature comforts because Team Viper wanted to build as raw a car as possible. But the reality is that skipping things like traction control, air conditioning, and a roof mainly just helped save a bunch of money. They were given less than $50 million to build an entire car. Manufacturers regularly spend over $1 billion developing new models. When the RT10 Viper debuted, it blew people's minds. The car was extremely raw. No driver aids meant that you were on your own if things went wrong. And a lot of early Vipers were crashed by their owners.
Oh no! Oh my God, here we go, the scariest turn at the track. Give me the beans. Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah. I feel good, dude. You know, after you get like a massage,
Yeah.
that's how I feel right now.
Get a little bit of Viper therapy.
I got some Viper therapy. I feel great.
I may have scared Nolan a little bit. I don't know.
All right, here's the D-list. We're gonna rank all the Vipers on the basis of which one we want the most.
Right.
That was really good.
That's up there.
I'm gonna put it right here.
Yeah. Dude, childhood dream. Also,
Achieved, dude.
Dude.
Let's, yeah.
it's so much fun.
Oh, dude, that was amazing. Oh.
Next car. Yeah.
The team had more time to develop the next Viper, and they basically revised the entire car. A staggering 90% of the first Viper's parts were changed, but that's likely because Dodge upgraded their design software and had to redraw every piece.
Which brings us to the second generation. The Gen 2 Viper is basically the Evil Dead 2 of Viper.
Basically, it was a remake of the first one. They just had a bigger budget.
This is the big one for me, Jerry. This is my dream car right here. This is my model of a 1997 GTS coupe like this. My grandma gave this to me when I was 4 years old, and I can't believe I finally get to drive one.
Well, let's not waste any more time. Come on, drive this sucker.
Oh my God, the pedals are even further over to the left.
You have to move over even further.
Yeah.
How's that shifter feel?
This feels better than the first gen already.
It does already.
It's easier to find the gears.
Let's crank her up.
I'm just enjoying this right here.
Because Team Viper had more time to tweak the Viper, the Gen 2 is a little easier to drive. The revised suspension and weight balance means it's more forgiving, in theory.
I'm going for it, man. This is my dream car.
Open her up.
definitely on a razor's edge.
Yeah, I can kind of feel right when you're getting close to it stepping out.
But it lets you know what's going on. You know, it tells you what it likes and what it doesn't. And as we'll see over the course of the Viper's life, that's kind of what Team Viper was going for. They wanted a car that could communicate with you a little better.
It feels like an upgraded version for sure. It feels very similar, but it just feels like it's up a notch.
Yeah.
Everything's just been upgraded.
It's elevated.
Yeah.
A big change for the second generation was the GTS Coupe's roof. The first gen's target top was super leaky, and buyers didn't like that. Plus, a hardtop roof would improve aerodynamics immensely. You could still buy an RT10 Roadster with a removable hardtop, but the GTS is the one people remember. Probably because it was in a bunch of video games and won a bunch of races. The GTS and GTSR race car were developed side by side and going on to win 42 world-class events between 1995 and 2002, including class wins at Le Mans, and the car wasn't even sold in Europe for a few of those years. Dodge built a track-focused variant called the American Club Racer, or ACR, but we'll talk about that a little more later.
Oh man! Oh! What the Terry? That's 110! Oh my god! Oh my god! Listen to that thing, dude! Oh. Let me shake your hand, Jerry.
Dude, it's like a workout.
Someone once said, "Don't drive your heroes, Jerry."
Yeah.
Their hero must not have been that car, because that was
Dude,
awesome.
that was so much fun. Like you say, take this, put more money in it to make it better. This is what you get. All right, can it get any better?
We'll see. The second gen Viper was similar to the first generation Viper. The engineers improved what was right and corrected some things that were a little less right.
However, for the next car, the engineers started from scratch to give us the completely redesigned third gen Viper.
With Gen 3, the Viper was all new. Every Viper was now called SRT10. SRT stood for Street and Racing Technology, the performance division which had begun as Team Viper over a decade earlier and was now engineering hot versions of many Dodge cars.
I think if you're a hardcore Viper fan, this one might be your least favorite, but
We're gonna give it a fair chance.
yeah.
SRT were given a clean sheet for the Gen 3 design, but there were some critical directives. More power, less weight, with a few creature comforts, but no unnecessary frills like cruise control, digital gauges, traction control, or cup holders.
This car feels a little tighter.
Love that. The side exit exhaust and the convertible combo is awesome.
The Gen 3's heart was a heavily revised V10 with a larger bore and stroke for a total displacement of 8.3 liters or 505 cubic inches.
Again, the car communicates with you when you're doing being a dumbass.
When you do dumb things, it lets you know.
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Computer models were used to improve flow of both intake and exhaust, helping the engine produce 500 horsepower and 525 foot-pounds of torque.
Well, speaking of complete redesigns, Jerry, I'm wearing our all-new Shimmer t-shirt right here. It's got a green hit on the front. It has Shimmer text on the back. That means shiny. It's one of my favorite designs so far. I love the font and I love the design. So go check that out at donamedia.com. Get yourself one.
Whoa, dude, the clutch is way different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this car feels pretty damn good.
Yeah, man.
The Gen 3 had a 0 to 60 time that Dodge claimed was 3.8 seconds for the Roadster, but magazines struggled to match that time simply because, like its predecessor, it was hard to get all the Viper's power down on the road.
Oh, God. Oh. Nice, Jerry. Let it eat, baby. Oh, dude.
Yeah, this thing rips.
We got a problem here, Jerry.
I know. So that one, the motor's super good, but the looks.
I don't think it looks better than the GTS,
Correct.
but I do think it is better than the first gen.
I agree.
So, there we go.
Look at that, red, white, and blue.
Okay, time for something a little different.
Okay, really? Mm-hmm. What's that?
Oh, God, slow down! Oh, my God! How is this possible?
I mean, it's scary, dude. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's clean enough. What the hell?
Look, that car is filthy. Look at all those spots and streaks.
Give me a break, Mom. I just cleaned it.
Honey, that's not clean. This is clean.
Whoa, what are you, magic?
It's not magic, it's Mother's Polish. And lucky for you, they're sponsoring today's video. Now start cleaning and don't make me say it again.
All right, God. Mother's has been revolutionizing the industry since 1973 and has over 100 unique car care products. Whether it's paint, metal, chrome, glass, plastic, vinyl, leather, and even rubber, Mother's products are specialized to tackle any problem and designed with ease of use in mind. So if you're looking to give your car the love, care, and attention to detail it deserves, head to mothers.com or click the link below and give it that mother's love.
And do something about all those water bottles on the floor. I mean, come on, who raised you?
Why? Dang, my mom's crazy as hell.
A year after the Gen 3 debut, Dodge shocked the world by stuffing the V10 engine from the SRT Viper into a truck, creating the Ram SRT-10.
Yes, we know it's not a Viper, but it's almost impossible to talk about Vipers without talking about this insane truck.
Boom diggity.
Oh yeah, dude, this feels so familiar.
So we got a lot of customized orange bits and pieces in here.
And back.
Oh God! Justin, welcome.
Where you guys been all day?
We've been driving Vipers.
I've been waiting for you.
All right, well, I'm glad you're here, Justin, because we're about to drive a truck with a Viper engine.
I'm excited.
A little loud.
Obviously, the Ram couldn't outperform the Viper, but it's still one of the fastest pickup trucks ever made. The quad cab version is the only pairing of a Viper motor with an automatic transmission. 0 to 60 took just 5.2 seconds, which is amazing for a vehicle weighing 5,400 pounds.
Oh my God.
I don't like this at all.
Nolan, you're a psycho.
It doesn't feel that scary from the driver's seat, guys.
I didn't sign up for this. No.
I'm having a lot of fun, guys. I don't know about you.
Oh boy, this is a truck.
It sure is. Oh God, slow down.
Now you know, Nolan.
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
You got the gist.
I mean, it's scary, dude.
All right, Jerry, it's not a Viper, but that doesn't mean that it's bottom of the list. I think it's kind of just like over here doing its own thing, having a great time.
But you know what? I think it's time for us to get back to some real Vipers.
Yes.
How about we go drive a 4th gen?
I like the sound of that, Jerry. In 2007, there was no Dodge Viper. The car kind of took a gap year. The factory that was building them closed down and people were afraid that the car would disappear forever. But in 2008, Dodge gave us the Gen 4 Viper right here.
Get serious, Nolan.
I know, man. Just like the Gen 1 and 2, the 4th gen car improved on everything from the 3rd gen car. Underneath, everything's been revised. More power, better suspension.
Yep, we're in the perfect place to test this guy out, and I think we should go give it a rip.
Ooh, yeah. Feels good to be back in a car. Yeah.
Like the change from Gen 1 to 2, the transition from 3 to 4 wasn't a total shift.
Compared to the Gen 3, I mean, it's extremely similar in here.
Yep. We're still using this kind of pushy plastic, whatever type stuff.
The interior and body remained largely the same, with the exception of the hood, which contained much larger vents. Those give us some hint about the changes that lurk underneath.
Oh yeah.
God, there's such a small amount of window in front of you. It's like looking at a tank, dude.
Under the hood was a revised version of the Gen 3's V10. Displacement was up to 8.4 liters, but the real story is the power.
Oh my God, the brakes are just they're just insane, Jerry. I could have gone so much faster, but I don't want to because I'm scared.
With help from McLaren, Team Viper engineers had gotten the V10's output to 600 horsepower. The Gen 4 just gave you a lot more warning before letting loose. This Viper might have looked similar to Gen 3, but everything had been precisely engineered to provide more.
Whoa, whoa.
Okay, I'm slowing down. too scared. I know that I cannot extract everything from this car. This is meant for legit endurance racing drivers, not some on.
So you're probably wondering why this Gen 4 looks radically different from our Gen 3. And that's because one of the biggest changes for the Viper was the American Club Racer package. The ACR came with carbon fiber splitter, canards, and a rear wing that provided 1,000 pounds of downforce at 150 miles per hour. Its minimalist interior and additional carbon fiber in the exterior produced an 80-pound weight reduction. All of that meant 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds and a quarter mile time in the 11s.
Oh my god, okay. Oh my god, Jerry. There's just so much grip, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. How is this possible? Oh my god.
I don't think I took a breath the entire time. Oh my gosh, this car is nuts.
I mean, it's better than all of them.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I like it more than the GTS. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I like it way more than the GTS. From an aesthetic, I love the GTS, but from just pure performance and pure fun, that car is just wild.
Perfect.
There she goes.
The Gen 4 ACR was truly a Viper supercar, setting laps at Laguna Seca and the Nürburgring. Unfortunately, in 2010, the unthinkable happened. Dodge's financial situation was at an all-time low, and then CEO Ralph Gilles announced the Viper was canceled.
By 2013, Chrysler's reputation was once again in shambles. It had been 3 years without the Viper, but Ralph Gilles, the head of Dodge, had convinced Fiat to let them bring it back. This is the Viper GTSR. It's a version of the ACR, an even crazier version of the car we just drove.
Yeah. This is a full-on race car. This is the closest thing to a Le Mans winning championship race car that I'm maybe ever drive.
Yeah, so without further ado,
Let's get going.
let's get it.
Ralph knew that for the car to be successful, it needed to appeal to a wider audience than just existing Viper fans and owners. They needed to design a car that could woo Porsche owners, while still delivering that raw feel Viper fans expected.
Finally, leather. Alcantara, don't know if that's real or
Very
not.
nicely appointed in here.
Yes.
Definitely more of a luxury car. With this car, they knew that sports car drivers and people who could afford something like this wanted something a little nicer, so they're actually benchmarking the Porsche 911. This is a big one, Jared.
The final one.
This is a big one. I'm just glued to the road, dude.
The Gen 5 Viper utilized more carbon fiber than ever before, with the roof, hood, and deck lid all being made from the lightweight material. The new car had a completely revised suspension geometry for improved handling.
Gosh, that sounds so good.
Sounds nasty, dude.
To retain that raw feel, the software engineers tweaked the now federally mandated traction and stability control systems only to kick in at the last possible moment.
I mean, again, this thing can just go so much faster than I can.
Brake. Holy crap. Oh my God.
Like every Viper before it, corners were cut to save money wherever possible. For example, the mirrors are from the previous car, and the side markers are from the Fiat 500.
My heart is pounding, bro. Oh my God.
Oh my God, dude. Holy crap.
Right? It doesn't feel as raw as the previous car, I'll say that.
Like it's more of a roller coaster,
Yes,
like
yes.
versus like a
An animal. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's faster, but doesn't want to kill you as much as the previous car.
But if you want something that can beat anything else on a track day, that's this car.
Unfortunately, though, that wasn't enough to save Viper. Dodge wanted to sell 2,500 units a year. The Gen 5 Viper hit a sales peak of just 760 in 2016. Dodge ended their own Viper racing program to save money on the project, but even that wasn't enough. Viper ended production in 2017.
I'm not as scared as this
Dude,
one.
there's something about, you know how like when we first started this, it was like, oh, like you're giggling, you're like such a visceral experience.
Yeah.
This is like, you're going much faster than we've gone, but it feels safe.
Yeah.
That like scare factor is not in this car, which is scary because that means like we're just not pushing this car.
The Gen 4 was terrifying.
This is like, great. Yeah, this is great. Holy crap, that was fun.
That was so awesome.
All right, this is gonna be a tough decision.
The dedicated engineers of Team Viper were able to perfect their relentless race car for 25 years. There are tons of cars out there that don't make it that long. So don't be sad the Viper is over, be happy it happened at all. The Viper set the stage for what Dodge would later become. The Hemi Charger, Hellcat, and Demon would not be without this car. It empowered Dodge to return to what it was in the 1970s, a brand synonymous with loud and ridiculous power and shameless excess. And that's the Viper.
This is the last of a dying breed. It's sad because I want more of these things out there. Where do you put it on the list?
In my head, it's a very difficult decision, but honestly, it's really not. It's right there. It's at the top.
Peak Viper, baby.
Peak Viper. Oh, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe so we can continue making more of this stuff. Not sure where we go from here, to be honest, but you know, we got some ideas now. There's also the Supra to be done. So we'll do that in the future if you hit like and subscribe. Make sure you go to donutmedia.com, get yourself some Donut Media t-shirts. Of course, there are a lot of people we gotta thank for making this video possible. First up, Joey at 4 Eyes. You can check out his YouTube channel down below. Next up is Rahim and Harris Khan of Paris Burger in Moreno Valley. Check them out. They got a drive-thru and some good old food. Get yourself some. Then there's Nicky B with the Gen 3, Robert Kennedy at Badass Performance, David with the Gen 4, and Kaiser Cars. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for making this video possible. Thank you for letting us have a lot of fun with your cars. All their links are down in the description. Go support them. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.